Montreal recap from Montreal,
Montreal.
Quebec, Canada. Yes, and the Canadian fans are awesome.
Yeah, they're
I
just like the Philly crowd.
They call it like they see. I think they're better than the Philly crowd. Actually, I think Canada is probably the best crowds.
Yeah, think so.
Yeah, they're the ones who flipped over WrestleMania 18 on their own. They had to change everything because of that crowd was so hot for Hogan.
Hogan was pretty hot. That was the Rock and Hogan, right?
Yep, 18. And I only know it because WrestleMania 18 was Rock and Hogan. That's how I knew exactly what it was like that. You know what I mean? You know
Yeah.
those certain WrestleManias were exactly what it was.
Yep. Like 6 was it the Macho and Hogan?
No, that was 5.
Was it 5?
Six
See?
six was Macho Warrior. Or
Or
6
Hogan
was
Warrior.
Hogan Warrior. 7 was Macho Warrior. 7 was a career match when Miss Elizabeth came back and helped Macho Man.
Match.
Yeah, I don't know if she really saved him.
What could she save? I mean, it's
Well, yeah, and it like Sensational Sherry was throwing him a whooping. She was just kicking him while he was down.
Sensational Sherry. I haven't heard that name forever.
Scary Sherry, hey, is that more relevant? Sensational one, Sensational Sherry, Queen
Yeah,
Sherry.
Queen Sherry.
She used to always be so whenever she would talk.
Yep.
Jeez, she was awesome. I from what I've heard, she was a really awesome chick in the locker room.
Yeah.
She was really a pretty cool ass chick.
So we open the night with Rhea coming to the ring with her right arm in a sling, having to vacate her title. Neck injury or something, or
arm injury, shoulder.
Is it shoulder?
Yeah, it's her shoulder. I guess when she went into Australia, she had the wrist injury already. Remember, she had the wrist brace on.
Yep.
And then she didn't wrestle with it because she couldn't maneuver very well. It was too bulky, and so she had something going on. So who knows what she did to that something to make it something more. But all we know is she had to lay the freaking title down.
Sucks.
So sad. I was hoping that it was wrong. I heard 2 sources, hoping it was wrong, and then next thing you know, coming up next to Monday Night Raw, women's champion opens, and I'm like, oh, that's why she's opening because she's dropping it.
That sucks, man. That really
It
sucks.
did. She was really hot too.
Anytime a wrestler has to give up their championship like that, it's bad.
Yeah.
I don't care who it is. I mean, they earned it.
Ben should understand it 1000%.
Yep.
Ben should totally get it.
Yep.
He won the first ever Universal title, first ever match.
Yep.
He won it, and he took a bad shoulder bump into the barricade.
Yep. And was
Dag nabbit. Who became the number 1? Oh, that don't matter. Okay. Opened it up with Rhea Ripley, growling at everybody.
Yep. Doing the mommy thing.
Back whenever I have my title, I'm coming for you.
The question is, who's going to take it? That's the thing. They're going to have like probably a tournament, I'm assuming.
Obvious pick is going to be Liv because Liv did it. You know, kayfabe, Liv did it. So obviously, the obvious one is that, but you never know who they're going to put it on.
Charlotte could come back.
Yeah, Charlotte. I think Charlotte would be the best bet, is if she could come back. But if she comes back, they have to have a match for it. So Charlotte can't find herself in a squash match. She's going to have to find herself in a battle. So if she's not 100, there ain't no way they're going to, let her come. I wouldn't want her to come back if she's not 100.
I wouldn't want her to come back and face Nia. That'd just be dangerous.
Yeah, especially if she's not 100% ready to go. If she's ready to go, she'll just smack Nia around like she did that one time.
Yep.
When Nia stiffed her and she smacked the crap out of her.
Yeah. All kinds of receipts on that one.
Exactly. Yeah, so I don't know. There's a toss of people. Maybe they might call. I was hearing it earlier this morning. I was listening to something they were talking about that Seth and Becky are taking a small hiatus right now. So what do they do? Yeah, get Bex back in there right away.
No,
I can see her doing it though.
Yeah, well, if it's for the title, absolutely.
Yeah, and Seth would be like, do the run. Or they just put it back on Liv so she can run around with her little title while everybody else is hurt, injured, and out of it.
I don't see Liv as champion. No, nothing against her at all. I don't see her as champion. But that was just a fill-in.
Exactly what it is now. Rhea just went down. Bex is on vacation. Charlotte's not healed yet. It's just
Alexa Bliss.
Who knows when she's ready to come back? She just had baby months ago. I think both of them. I think Charlotte and Alexa are both really close to coming back. I don't know the timeline. I never looked into it, but if you just think about it, I follow Charlotte on X, and she shows like she's not wearing braces anymore or anything like that, but she's still doing a little bit of rehab. So who knows how close she is to coming back?
Yeah.
And then I don't really follow Alexa as much.
I think she's doing the mom thing, but I think she's going to be down with Uncle Howdy.
So that won't put a title on her. I think it all falls down to Nia or Liv.
Yeah, there's got to be somebody back there though. Well, I mean, they could do Bianca.
Yeah, but she's in that with Cargill right now.
Yeah, but they're not feuding.
I know, but she's already in her own program. You're going to pull her out of there and put a title on her?
True.
Maybe they have a whole program set for her for it to implode and her and Cargill go one-on-one for the strap.
That'd be dope.
You know what I mean?
Be pretty dope. Yeah.
And if they're flipping titles.
Yeah.
Well, never mind, because that title's already been flipped. So that's a new title. So we don't have to worry about a prestigious person putting him on.
Yep. First match, Sheamus return, looking thicker than a Snicker. He had too many bonbons.
He still looks better than I do. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, me too.
But by all means, what we used to see and now what we got was like, wow, buddy, fill it out a little bit. You even got chins.
Too much haggis.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the neck thing, but Randy seemed to come back yoked.
Yeah, AJ come back yoked.
Did AJ have the neck surgery though?
No, I think his was shoulder.
I want to call him my cat the way Yam Yams. My cat's name is Seamus, so sometimes I just want to call him Yam Yams. No, but the way Sheamus came back, it looked like he had the same stiffness that RKO does.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wonder if they fused his neck.
Oh, I'm sure they probably did. But 8 months he was gone.
Yeah, that's a.
And Orton was what, 18? Orton was out for what, 16 months?
I don't know.
He was out for a long time. Long time. Sheamus did win. Well, okay, so he faced Ivar, Viking Raiders. Decent match. You could tell Sheamus was getting burnt.
And I like that they put Ivar up. They did. Yeah. He was doing backflips and splashes and everything. Oh yeah. Yeah, they really put him up in that match. It wasn't no little Sheamus is back. Watch him smash Ivar.
Yeah. It was a decent back-to-back, back and forth match.
Yeah. It was pretty good. I actually at one point I thought Ivar might win. You're like, no, Sheamus is gonna lose.
Oh, not on return, no.
It happens.
I mean, you could put Cordova in there, and they're not going to let him. Well, Cordova, I think he should come back. But regardless, you could put anybody in that, and they're not going to lose their first match back.
Jens Pulver did. He was out for a year, and then he came back in the UFC, and he got smoked by a 19-year-old kid in 45 seconds.
That's UFC, though. That's for real.
Yeah. If it was their idea, they wouldn't have had Jens Pulver lose right there.
Yeah, it was a very good match.
Yeah, don't forget him grabbing the commentators.
Oh, yeah.
Chin locking freaking McAfee and headlocking damn Cole. He had them both. They both look like a bunch of kids that got picked on in high school. Cole's all hung up by his neck. What's up, fellas?
Yeah, that was cool. That was very cool. And McAfee is hilarious.
Yeah, you're one big friend who just grabs you both up. What's up, guys? Day and Craig. What up?
What's up, Triple OG, Double OG? Triple H heads to the ring to unveil the new tag team belts with Adam Pearce.
I was hoping it was going to be a new world title, a new SmackDown title, but they wouldn't do that there. Then I seen 2 lumps in it, like some lumps. And so
what are they called them now? What are they called?
The World Tag Team Champions now.
World Tag Team Champions.
So I think they might do WWE, or Raw is going to be your World Tag Team Champions, your World Heavyweight Champion, your Women's World Champion, and then SmackDown, I think they're going to do Universal Champion, Women's Universal Champion, Tag Team Universal Champions.
Or like WWE World Champion.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they're going to separate the two, as when you say it, you'll know which ones I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
And that's the way it should be. It should be that way.
Well, it
Definitely.
shouldn't have 2 world titles, it should only have 1, but since there is 2 shows.
Well, they try to separate the 2 shows as much as possible, 2 different networks,
Yeah, they're making them 2 different entities. Yeah,
same
because
as NXT,
back in the day, it was only 1 title.
and, your champion was playing double duty. And R-Truth, calling, Triple H Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, I like this R-Truth thing, but I just thought it was it annoyed me after a while. It's kind of funny, but it starts to get annoying because now I think that moment should have been a lot better of prestigious guys like
Yeah.
DIY putting it on them
DIY or
too, and them 2 were
yeah,
like, "Yeah, we're the champions." Like, "Ooh." I'm just trying to make jokes all the time. It was ridiculous. I thought it was stupid. I didn't like the way Trips walked out on it. I really didn't like a whole lot of that segment. I
yeah.
personally, call me a homer, I guess. I don't know. I don't I think that R-Truth stuff gets kind of corny after a while.
I do too. It's what he brings to the table.
Yeah. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
Be corny, be funny. I don't mind some of
Mm.
the small stuffs he does, but he took over that whole moment of unveiling the new titles and just made it a joke.
It
It was
made it weird.
stupid. Yeah, it was stupid. It was
Yeah.
like it was not prestigious at all. If you want to
No.
look at the prestige of remember when the world tag team titles were first unveiled, yeah, we should watch that again. No, no, because it was made a mockery and a joke. Kind of
Yep.
like the first women's Money in the Bank. When Ellsworth went up and took it,
Oh, that's right.
gave it to Carmella.
Mhm.
It's like, dude, you took the most prestigious moment in the world for women's wrestling and you made it a joke by letting Ellsworth get it for her. At least when Brock showed up at the very end and climbed up and stole it from everybody, we were already 15, 20 in, maybe
Yeah.
30 in.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
didn't
I think it
matter.
was 29 or 30, something like that. This at the very end.
Yeah, you can do that when you're that far into it, but I just think they let them just make a complete mockery of what the titles are. I'm not saying you should have been all serious and everything, but at the same time, shouldn't have made it so stupid.
Yeah. Yep. So after that, there was a triple threat match for number 1 contenders. It was DIY, Creed Brothers, and New Day. Very good match. When the New Day was heading to the ring, there was a white rabbit QR code came on the screen. I don't know if you saw that,
No,
but
I missed it, but I remember right when I sat down, you said, "Oh, there was just a white rabbit on there." I
yep,
didn't go back to chase the white rabbit.
I didn't either, but I read a couple things about it. I don't know what's true, what's not. It takes you
Well,
to a WWE link, and I think there's a, if I remember correctly, it said, "Do you remember me?" or "Did you forget about me?" or something like that.
yeah, I think if it's played out right, it'll be good, and I think that if he had a lot of ideas and they have his ideas, Trips will let them come to light.
Yeah,
I don't think Vince wanted to let him come to light because Vince is no I don't know Vince, but I'm saying by history, Vince is known to not like anything he don't create. If he didn't create it, he really don't like it. And that's still my biggest mystery with AJ Styles. Why
yeah.
he was able to slide right in there and keep everything AJ was 100 to a T. Maybe it was
It got
part of the
over.
contract. Maybe it
He
was
was
part of the
over right
contract.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what it was, but he came out and he was exactly what AJ Styles was the whole time.
Yeah.
They didn't change him one bit. It looked like he was in control of all of his creative.
That's what needed to happen with AJ because that's a very unique character.
Yeah.
And he like we've said before, he evolves like Jericho did. When you hit a plateau and you become stale, he changes the game up.
Yeah, exactly. He
So
always does.
yeah. So good
And it's
on
just
AJ
like,
on that.
yeah, exactly. And it's just like going up to somebody like Stone Cold and be like, "Hey, we're going to change your gimmick."
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I guess we're not.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not going to. You're not going to change it. And that he was one of those so over guys. You can't change it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Undertaker's going to change his gimmick because he wanted to.
Yep.
And I like this kind of fight in AJ.
Yeah, I do too.
It's a good
Very
AJ
aggressive.
for LA Knight.
Yep.
Yeah.
So DIY wins and they're now the number 1 contender for a belt. That's gonna be a good match.
Those Creed brothers, man, they need to stay in there a little bit more.
Yeah.
They're good. They're good. They look
Yeah.
I don't know what was off about them this time. They just looked really dorky, with the singlets and the dorky haircuts. I felt like, you had DIY that looked really cool,
Hmm.
and you had the dorky old Creed brothers, and then you had New Day.
Yep.
So
Which is
everything was
always.
flashy about those two. And I know you could say, well, look at the Steiners. Steiners were a little bit more flashier than that. They were
Yeah.
wearing flat base color freaking singlets and with
Yep.
crew cuts and everything. It was a
Yep.
bit dorky.
Yep. At least Steiner had a mullet.
Yeah, and if you're going to try and do Steiner brothers, at least they both had good size to them. They
Yep.
wore the colorful singlets all the time, even if it was the
Mhm.
green with the black sides. It was still a more colorful singlet. They stood out. They
Yeah.
didn't come in there wearing their alma mater. Ooh, they wore the
Well, the
jackets.
jackets they did. Yeah.
Oh well, that 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 builds fan base right there.
Yeah. Of
You come out
course.
wearing if he come out Houston Alexander, UFC, Omaha guy, always every time he walked out with a Husker hat on, I was like, booyah. Was he my
Yeah.
favorite fighter? No, but was I behind him all the time? Yep.
Hell yeah.
Just because he wore a damn red Husker hat every time he came out.
Presenting.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there you go. So you wear a Michigan, boom, you already have that fan base now.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole market. So.
Yeah, exactly. Michigan
Yep.
football, huge
Yep.
market.
Next match was Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae versus Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree.
I don't know what's going on with your girl.
Maxine
That's
or
the one you
Indy?
like.
Indy.
Yeah, you like
Indy.
her. But it was like, why'd you cheat? She was upset about it. Now she playing the same card, and it just feels like they're not on the same page. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
they're not used to working together, or there's
They've
something
been
going
working
on
together for
between
a
them.
long, long time.
But didn't they look weird after
They
they
looked
won?
off. Yeah.
Yeah. It looked
They
like
looked off.
maybe something didn't go the way it was supposed to. Maybe a spot was supposed to be different or something, but they looked
Yeah.
really off.
Yeah.
Maybe Nile needs to get pushed to the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put a
She's
little
a
short ladder.
yeah. A hornswoggle ladder.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's a great wrestler because she's
Oh,
her MMA background. It makes her look a lot more real, like Shayna Baszler.
yep. That would be a good match. Her and Baszler.
Oh yeah, just to do a quick throwdown.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would be a pretty fun match.
And you could put it at like Hell in a Cell, kind of give it that octagon feel.
Yeah, yeah. See, Shayna Baszler, I think she misses. She's missing on the gimmick.
Yeah.
She's got this. She's got the wrestling.
Yeah.
She just can't find a gimmick that fits her well. I don't know what it
You know
needs
what?
to be.
A lot of these wrestlers, like especially Sheamus when he came back, he looked gassed,
Oh
and
yeah.
you could find that in Nia. You could find that in a lot of the wrestlers. I'm not talking bad about them because there's no way I could even hang for a minute with them. But yeah, I not as much Ivy Nile, but Shayna, you can tell she gets gassed.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Huh. I never really noticed it.
because when she gets gassed, she starts going for more missions. When she's not gassed, she's going full tilt
Kicking,
and with the
punching.
kicks and
Yeah.
punches. Yeah, and when she gets gassed, she goes for the submissions.
Yeah. Her move set's kind of weird. It's like, yeah, like you said, it starts one way, then it finishes off another.
Yep, and I think
Got a
that's
weird.
because she gets gassed.
Yeah. Got a weird move set.
So Indy and Candice win by pinfall. Indy got dirty during it, and that's kind of we touched on that. So
Yeah. Ivy Nile, push her to the top.
yep. So we had a recap of Damian Priest winning the world title. Pretty cool. Nice to relive that.
Oh yeah, I was so happy. I called it since Chamber. I called Chamber, then I called that was going to happen, and I was hoping so much that it would happen that he would win it, then lose it.
Yeah.
Come over doing a erotic stripper dance. Come on, man.
So after that, there was a Dom with JD versus Andrade. Good match.
Yeah.
Not like the typical lucha libre style, but a lot of Eddie Guerrero influence.
Oh yeah, on both sides, it was like Dom and Andrade were fighting for the Eddie Guerrero influence.
Yeah, for sure.
Neither
And
one of them.
it was Andrade hitting the Three Amigos eventually.
Yeah. Neither one of them were able to do it, and then he finally got it.
Andrade gets the pin and is attacked by JD, Dom, and Finn, I think.
Priest.
And Priest, yeah.
Yeah.
Ricochet comes in to save the day. Probably one of the most over wrestlers right now in Ricochet.
Yeah, he is, but he don't really have a true direction. He's showing up everywhere.
Yeah.
But the
I
New
think they're
Day
trying
thing,
to find something.
Yeah, and I think it's probably going to be him and Dom, but I don't know.
Ricochet, he deserves something. He's been in this game for such a long time.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of him. Ever
Well, everybody
since,
likes him. He's like a little Rey Mysterio. Everybody likes him. He only won the world title twice.
I mean, we touched on it before. I mean, since I seen him as Prince Puma in Lucha Underground, I'm like, damn, that dude's phenomenal. Just my opinion on it.
I like him. I think he's pretty cool. I think he's got
Yeah.
nice hair. I'm a big fan of his wife.
Yeah. Got some pipes to her, man. Yep.
Long-winded.
Yes. Very. Next match was Chelsea Green and Piper Niven versus Carter and Chance.
Oh, yes. I so want to see Samantha. I want to see her do the Chelsea Green entrance.
Yeah.
Chelsea Green. I want to see her do it. I want to see if she does the network and the eyes and everything, because that's exactly what I see. And I'm like, I want to see her do that.
Yeah. Just one time.
Yeah, because they always show her when she has her strong arm. Roman Reigns. But
Yeah.
I want to see her do Chelsea Green. I love Chelsea Green. She's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. She was, I can't remember who she was dating or married to or something like that. It was another wrestler.
Oh, who she's married to now?
Yeah.
Matt Cardona.
Yeah, that's right.
Long Island Iced Tea. Wasted
Woo-woo-woo.
talent, Zack Ryder. Wasted freaking talent.
Yeah. Look at him now.
He
He's
had
got
the
like
whole
9,000 belts.
Yeah, he had the whole crowd over at WrestleMania. Okay, you could have your moment. Tomorrow night, we're taking it back. Really, dude?
You know,
That's Vince
he
for
got
you.
that WrestleMania. He got that WrestleMania moment, and not a lot of wrestlers can say they got that moment.
And he got it with his dad too.
Yeah.
Dad was out there. Remember that? Dad was shirtless too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'd like to see him come back. I'd like to see Trips get him in there.
Absolutely. I don't know if it'll happen, but I too would like to see it happen.
Hey, a one-off paycheck? Come on, man, make it fun.
Yeah.
Pull up in that Ghostbusters car. That was awesome.
They did that with that. I can't remember her name. The girl from Impact World Champion, Women's Champion.
Oh,
was that Royal Rumble?
Yeah, when she came in and wrestled.
Yeah.
It was just a one-off. Yeah.
Yep.
That would be cool to see Matt Cardona, and then the crowd's gonna want him in the WWE universe. It's gonna be like, bring him back. And the next thing
Could you imagine the pop?
If he popped out,
huge. Oh,
I would mark out for it. I'd totally fanboy out. I'd be like, hell yeah! I've been
wanting
this for a while.
Would they do the woo woo woo, or would they do the new Cordova?
Hey, you never know. Sometimes he'll be the new Cardona. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But will he go woo woo woo, just because of it? He'd have to, because look at even Cody did the cartwheeling.
Yeah, true.
And
but I think that was turning the page on his past, though. I think that's why Cody did that. He was turning the page on that. Like the Cody you knew before isn't the Cody that's here now.
Woo woo woo. That ain't the same guy.
True.
I actually watched his podcast a little bit. He's got an action figure podcast.
Cova?
Yeah, it's him, some other guy who collects, some funny guy, and Mr. Rhea Ripley.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I see him a lot on there. I'm like, he's funny though. They're a bunch of funny dudes.
Nice.
He went to buy an action figure and he was trying to get the guy. No, that was Heath Slater trying to get the guy down and drop the price. He's like, I'm him. I'm on this. Why can't you sell it to me for a sale? Because I'm on it. I'll sign 2 other things if you sell it to me. And he sold it to him at his price, and he signed 2 different action figures.
Nice.
Heath Slater, I'd pay up so much money for that.
Got kids.
Yeah, I think that started in Lincoln. I want to say the first time he did it, I think he was in Lincoln at SmackDown.
Okay, I didn't even realize that.
I don't know, but I was there. I remember when the first segment started, and that's why I want to say that I believe it started in Lincoln, the I Got Kids thing.
Was it the first one at Pinnacle?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyways, back to the show.
So Chelsea Green and Piper Niven win. It's a decent match. Niven, man, she's a beast.
She is. Hey, Naya, you want to learn how to wrestle good? watch Niven. She'll teach you
Yeah.
how to wrestle good as a big girl. Yeah, she takes care of people. She's good at what she does,
Mhm.
and she can get around.
I think she's stronger also than Nia, to be honest, because Nia would have fallen catching Carter, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it
Yeah, it
could
was
be
Carter. Yeah.
size and weight too. Of she can't hold herself up as good as Piper could carry herself a lot better than
Mhm.
Nia can.
If you're gonna play the power game, you gotta back it up.
And this is pushing towards later in the show. But I was talking today, and I was talking to Albert, and he was like, "I didn't see the Nia promo. How did you not see it? Did you watch all of it?" Yeah, I didn't see the Nia promo at all. I didn't see that. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Wow. So he wasn't watching. He fell asleep probably.
Yeah, he probably fell asleep, strapped his CPAP on, and big brother. No, but I think that Piper Niven, I've said it before, I think she's a hell of a lot better wrestler than Nia
Mhm.
is. I think she
Mhm.
should start getting a little bit more of those pushes.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
But she's not as tall and as big as Nia, so she's not the giant that they're trying to portray her to be.
But she's like the Ivar of the women's division.
Yeah. Or the return of Vader. Remember that?
Oh,
Oink.
yeah.
Fell off the
Yeah.
ring.
When I think of Vader, I always think of the Shockmaster in WCW.
That wasn't Vader.
It wasn't Vader?
No, that was Tugboat.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was Tugboat.
That's
His
right.
thing fell off. It was actually Dusty Rhodes' brother-in-law.
That's Tugboat?
Yep.
Or was? I think he passed away.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was their brother-in-law.
So next on the show is Cody Rhodes comes out to the ring to address the crowd,
Oh,
uh,
good.
stating that Cody is actually technically a SmackDown champion.
I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. Wanted to thank Seth for being his shield. Says that him and The Rock did some reflection. Says The Rock had more than one match left in him. And he's going to make Cody bleed again.
I'm gonna make you bleed too.
My God. Well,
My
then
God, we got to fight here.
we got to fight. So Cody brings Jey Uso to the ring. And Pat says something funny, something about they just got the Canadian Yeet job. Leave it to McAfee to come up with some stuff like that. It's just hilarious.
And Cody came up with the same dad jokes.
Oh, like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
Until we yeet again. Yeah,
I
good
was
stuff.
like, geez, come on. But good fun.
Yeah. Jey is actually the number 1 contender for the championship. And that's is it his championship or is it for the other championship?
It's for freaking Damian Priest.
Is it?
Yeah. He ain't gonna get it.
No, I don't think so.
With all due respect, Jay is hot right now. He's over, but he's over from that's why he's really over. If he wasn't
And,
over from that, he probably won't be as over.
and he's an Uso, let's be honest. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, so he's automatically already over anyways because he's the good Uso. But
yeah.
I don't think he has enough to carry a world title.
Yeah, not enough to sustain the title run.
Exactly.
Cody told Jay that if he needs somebody to watch his back, he's got him. Jay's like, I got to do this by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Respect. If you can't do it by yourself, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, but you think Judgment Day is doing it by themselves?
Oh,
As big
oh
as a
no.
fan as I am, they ain't doing it by themselves either.
Dom's gonna get in there and do his Dom thing. And
Oh yeah, Dom's gonna be in it first because that's the natural heat you draw from that. And then when all else fails, it's gonna turn into Finn Balor comes in, finishes the job, and then does the work, and then Damian finishes him off, and they 1, 2, 3 him, and that was his chance, and he got majorly ripped off, but he's still strong, and they could still push him into other titles.
Yep.
Or they could get a reunion going.
I think that's gonna happen. I'd like to see that happen, actually.
Yeah, you never know.
The matches that the Usos had with New Day was amazing.
Oh,
and the
all
way their banter back and forth was it was good TV.
Oh yeah, and the Usos, they are so much more than they were back then.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, what they
By
are
far.
now coming out of the bloodline, dude, they are elite level promos, matches, storylines. They are all of it.
Yeah.
100.
The only kicker to, and I don't want to downplay Usos at all, but their match at Mania wasn't that great. Just my opinion. It had the potential for so much more.
Yeah, it did. But like Rikishi was on his podcast whimpering about they only gave him 12 minutes. So they didn't give him very long to tell a very good story.
True.
And then he was saying that he was in town and he didn't get a phone call. And it could have been good having him out there with his two sons out there wrestling each other. Could have been a big pop if Rikishi came out. And then kind of, the brotherly love, kind of bring it back together because dad's here. Hey, dad's here. Knock it off.
Everybody's getting a stink face.
Sit down. You know it. God, Dad.
What you not to do in the ring, Jack?
In front of all the fans. They like me now, Dad. Down.
So after that promo, it was a backstage interview with Nia. So she don't give a damn about Rhea. There's two types of people who fear Nia and people who learn to fear Nia. I don't see how anybody could fear him.
No. Was that right after it?
Yeah, that was before the last
When did
match.
he talk to no, see, because you're missing the good production. Remember I was talking about that one consistent shot following Jay out all the way out the door, all the way through.
That's after Jay and Finn.
Oh yeah, because we have Jay and Finn. Okay. Carry on.
Yeah. So
that's why you're the host.
I just keep it in line. So after Nia's promo, whatever you want to call it, it was Jay and Finn. Jay's already in the ring, and Finn's music hits, and he attacks him from behind.
Oh yeah, he comes around the back, and yep,
because he was waiting for him to come into the ring, and it came up behind him. But Jay actually pulls out the wind spear, and then the Uso splash to Finn, and then Damian Priest comes out, go face to face with Jay. Gets attacked by JD, Dom, and crew. Jay's able to fight him off and make his way through the crowd.
Oh yeah, he fought off. He took out a couple of them. He made his way up through. Yeah, so earlier beatdown didn't involve Damian Priest. This one did.
Yeah.
So that's where I was wrong. Because I knew Damian got his licks in somewhere, but it was Jay getting away.
Yep. And I think he threw JD into Priest.
Yeah. Yep. And then he kicked Dom on the way out the door, and then jumped over the barricade.
Yep. And they follow Jay through the crowd and through the concourse, and he meets up with Sammy outside.
And then they have the conversation about Sammy's like, I got to get it done. He acts like he's not going to get it done.
Oh, I mean, Chad Gable, he's Shorty Gable, whatever you want to call him. He's a good wrestler.
But what is this Sammy not believing in himself crap?
I don't know. Maybe it's a Canadian thing.
They just don't believe in themselves. Poor fellas. I like your syrup.
Got cool leaves.
They follow him all the way through, then back out, and he goes against Chad Gable.
Yes. So they follow Sammy back, and he's getting mauled by fans.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just making his way through, and the camera's right there. Great camera work, by the way.
Oh, yeah. It was one consecutive shot.
Yeah. It was awesome.
And I think they're starting to get that TKO thing where they're starting to follow TKO's like, you need to be a little more like them, and you guys need to be a little bit more like them. Because there's a shot in UFC. I don't know if you've watched UFC lately, but like in the Apex, it'll have Megan Olivier, and she'll be standing there talking about the guy who's about to come out. He's been training and he's been doing this and this and this, and he'll walk right past her. Then they'll follow him.
Really?
Yeah, it's like it comes. She's standing right there, and then he'll come walking, and right when he comes walking up to her, it pans to him, and they keep following him, and she keeps on talking behind the scenes. And I'm like, I loved the first time they did it. I thought it looked so freaking cool. Just the transition of her talking straight to him walking. And I always just thought it was a great transition right there. And then to do that full one camera shot, no break, all the way there, all the way back, no break.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
And the match with Sami Zayn and Chad Gable was really good, I thought.
Well, yeah, it was a match of two phenomenal wrestlers who are trying to get. Oh well, Sammy's really over, but he's not. But he is, but he's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was like
I think he
early.
was more over last night because they were in his hometown.
Yeah. Yeah. But I want Sami to win, but I can guarantee I would say 60 to 70% of the people there aren't going to say, I'm here to see Sami Zayn. I'm here to
Right.
see Sami Zayn. No, you're probably not.
Yeah.
You're there for Cody. You're there for
Priest,
Seth, Priest.
Mommy.
I'm there for Mommy and Priest and the whole gang.
Yeah.
Take my money. No,
Mine.
but everybody's always for them, for Sami. Nobody's ever stays with Sami. You know what I mean?
Right.
You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
KO's even a better draw than Sami.
Oh, definitely. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a different kind of animal. Sammy's kind of the guy that you almost forget about sometimes until he shows up.
DB,
Yeah.
phenomenal wrestler.
One of the best.
Yeah, and just doesn't get his accolades because he's not what all these other guys are. Because you look at some of these guys, they're not the best wrestlers, but they're the best storytellers and the gimmick and everything like that. But then you got the best wrestlers, and they're just the best wrestlers,
Yeah.
and they just stay like that
Yeah.
until something shines on them where it blows them up.
Mm.
It could be something as small as getting punched in the face and bleeding all over your blue shirt, standing in the crowd with your face all busted wide open. You're a great wrestler, just don't have much of a gimmick showing you. That old what was that? What was that old gimmick she had? Steampunk? She had the steampunk glasses and everything. Wasn't that
Who's
her
that?
who was old steampunk? Becky Lynch?
She was. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yep.
did the steampunk
Yeah.
for a while, and it was just kind of
Like the welding goggles. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
it's that old steampunk era. And then I was kind of like, yeah, it wasn't cool. You know, NXT, it was cool. When she got her face busted open on live TV like that, and then she came back tough as nails, and everybody's like, yes,
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Now
Yep.
I'm the man. Now I'm
Yep.
Becky Two Belts.
Becky Two Belts.
Yeah, and so that's what built her up right there, and it was just a whim.
Yep. So Sammy wins by pinfall. After the match, kind of gets weird. Gable attacks Sammy, and then he's got him in an ankle lock, and it just ends.
Yeah, they cut it off.
Like it was, it could have gone for another 10 minutes, but they just abruptly ended Raw.
You know why? You want to know why? Because of R-Truth's stupid jokes that Trips had to leave the damn ring so he could save time for real wrestlers to do stuff instead of trying to call him freaking DIY and everything like that. That's exactly what happened. Truth. Everybody all thinks he's all funny and stuff like that till you cut off Sami Zayn getting his ankle broken.
Yeah, yeah.
That was all R-Truth's fault.
But it ended right at 10 o'clock. It didn't go over.
No, it didn't.
And usually it would go over.
Maybe that's USA Network. Oh, you're leaving to SmackDown? All
Yeah.
right, you're done at 10. Nope. No. 8 minutes. No, you're done at 10. You already signed your walking papers. Not
We're
for
gonna
3 years.
We're going to put on Brokeback Mountain or whatever the hell that thing is and
start Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah. Columbo.
Yeah. Or MASH. I'd be so mad if I heard MASH. I couldn't stand MASH back in the day just because I knew wrestling was over when the helicopters were coming in. Ruined my life. FML, I tell you.
Overall, it was a really good Raw. A lot to take in with Rhea.
Yeah, Rhea, that's terrible.
It kind of brought the mood down a little bit.
It did.
And then I don't know if the R-Truth and Miz thing was to help kind of get people more back engaged. I don't know.
I thought it was stupid.
It was very long-winded and very drawn out.
And think about how much more you're going to put to a match and less on that.
Right.
In a way, I wish it was DIY that was receiving the new titles.
Yeah.
I got much love for The Miz and R-Truth, but at the same time, come on, man.
Yeah.
This is dead space. And how much dead space was in there? Like, if you could go in there and pick it with a comb or whatever like that, how much dead space was in there trying to figure out what Truth was talking about?
Minutes.
There was somebody like, and then the crowd was kind of like flat with it too. The crowd wasn't losing their stuff. Yeah, they weren't.
Yeah.
So I just think that was a big waste of time. I think you should have gave that to Sammy and Shorty B.
Yep.
But
All
I don't
in all,
run it.
good Raw.
Yeah, it was a good Raw. It was a good Raw. I wish it didn't start with a broken heart, but it did. And then it
Yeah.
ended with weirdness. But there were a lot of fun parts in it. One of the other parts I didn't like is we're still talking about Rock and Cody.
Yeah.
I hope
Mm,
that either Rock's going to be active or they shut up about it.
right. I don't think he's gonna be active. I don't think he's gonna be active for a while.
They're already talking about
It's gonna be
WrestleMania 25
at least 3 months. At
or
least 3 months.
WrestleMania 41 is what they're talking about already.
Yeah. I heard SummerSlam, possibly.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about The Rock. I just hope they don't take that belt off of Priest right away. That'll piss me off.
I think he deserves
A run.
a good run. Yeah.
Yeah. At least go into a feud where it's a good feud back and forth. The draft's coming up soon. There's not
Mhm.
a complete direction for him. So like I said, I still think they're going to put Cody on Raw.
Think so?
Yeah, they're going to send the World Heavyweight title to SmackDown.
Wow.
And I think they're going to keep Cody on Raw, the Universal title. And then I think that the tag team titles will also go to SmackDown with
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, Raw
Miz and
is the
R-Truth.
flagship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want Cody on that,
Yeah.
especially going into the new deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the first number one thing you want is that Cody candle on that cake. That's the
Yep.
number one thing you want. And all the rest will just fall into place.